don't know if they have
Entering main
Nike
menu
shoes.
screen,
Actually,
franchise is
I do
selected.
like Nike. I like Nike, period. But I don't need no Nike shoes. Oh yeah. Yo 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 yo. Welcome back.
Play now.
This is Madden,
Franchise is selected.
and we are trying to get ahead of the
Entering
curve here.
current franchises screen, you have two options. Franchise, online save is selected.
We are playing against the
Entering
Seahawks
weeks.
today,
Entering
so
franchise hub screen home.
hopefully we can get a win.
Practice available. Upgrade players. Entering player upgrade. Entering. Attention pop-up. Are you sure you want? Yes. Entering. Attention pop-up. One player was upgraded. Okay. Entering weeks. Entering franchise hub screen home. Scout. Practice available. Manage staff is. Manage roster. Play season game is select. Home you. Play full game. Entering. Ready.
All right.
It's week 13 of the National Football League, and our focus is on Noah Fant. It was a nice line for him a week ago, reaching the century mark and scoring a touchdown. It's the Seahawks and the Rams. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams.
All right. See what we can do here. I gotta get ahead early because
Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, and Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. They coming off their very first loss of the year, suffered a week ago.
Yeah, it will not be a perfect season, but I'm interested to see how they bounce back now that they know that chasing the 1972 Dolphins is out the window.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, their long winning streak finally came to an end last week. A disappointing game for them, but still a heck of a run.
Indeed it was. What a great job by them putting together a streak. Now let's see how they rebound after a defeat.
Entering play call screen. Kickoff middle. Kickoff left.
Alright, so we'll be getting it back at halftime. I'm gonna try to put it close to the end zone. If I can do it.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Fielded just outside the goal line.
Outside. Got him.
Get a look at this Seahawk offense as they come out there, and the quarterback brought in as part of that big offseason trade. Now in his fourth NFL season, Drew Lock.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
One touchdown, one pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense,
Entering
and
play
hopefully
call.
springs a receiver or two free.
There are 6 categories.
Yeah, they didn't say where I got it to, so that's why.
Cover one hole. Overload free scheme.
Lock going to throw on the first play.
Wow, first two.
Completes it to Fant on the right side. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. The numbers for him from a week ago: 8 catches, 112 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's trying to prove the adage, it's not just how you start, it's how you finish. And he is finishing awfully strong, takes great care of his body. I expect him to go ahead and put a capper on this season.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
Spread.
Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. And he'll get about
Entering
2 there to the 36.
Suggestions. There are 6
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
That worked.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback.
Start out at 25.
Here comes the Los Angeles offense and the man in charge of it in his second season with the team, 14th overall, and what's been an impressive career, Matthew Stafford.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take a win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 23 carries, 95 yards.
And he could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does, and they want to make sure they get him there.
Going to run the sweep here. This is Cobb. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. But defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Open man, and now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Seahawks have picked it up.
Oh, really?
And they bring this one back.
Fumble the ball.
Recovery and a Seattle touchdown.
That is a damn shame.
Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Block right. Base lock right.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
See what they say.
Entering play call. Coach suggests.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
That was luck. That's what that is.
Inside zone.
I don't even know if I want to go back to the ground with that.
Now here's 1st and 10.
That was whack. All right, here we go.
Stafford going to give this to Akers. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. The Rams at 10-1 now on the year. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
Circle button.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 43. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could
Entering
it?
play call.
Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying,
Entering
grab
play
that dagger
call.
play,
Coach
grab that play and just finish them off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big
inside
advantage.
zone.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8.
They'll go again here with Akers.
Damn.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought
Entering
down
play
right
call.
at the line of scrimmage.
Inside high-low.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
R1 button. Cross button.
Stafford.
Square button.
And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 29-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there to pick up the first, Charles.
And you used the proper word there, dependable. And sometimes spectacular.
Keep on with
because
this,
tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a pick.
How do you play? This is a blind person.
Opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it?
Are you asking me if I'm blind, or are you telling me you're blind?
You go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Played through.
Entering play call. Coach
First of all, just
suggestions. There are 8 categories.
Sort of like
you have 30 options.
and
Zone fit jet is selected.
Plays.
Cross trap. Zone fit jet.
And then also. Because
so from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
So I know what plays to pick. About it. Pick jack. Oh, this is a run.
Cross button.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
I need to get in this end zone. They don't come back and try to score. I know it.
Square button. Cross
on
button.
2nd and 12. Stafford to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, how about the challenge we're seeing here in this game early? Man coverage against some fleet receivers. That time, the defense won.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Yep. Gotta come up with something on this one.
How do you know what you're doing on the screen, lol? Besides picking up plays with screen readers, how do you know where your character isn't?
Play of this 1st quarter. We're scoreless after 1.
So of course, like run plays.
The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter.
There are 8 categories.
Like I can
you have 15 options. Field goal 35 yards is selected.
Ooh, I don't know about this field goal. I'm terrible at field goals, but I'm gonna go for it. Some points better than nothing.
And the first play will be a field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt.
Right. Yeah, I do remember that. Right. Right, this is the right.
Gay's kick is good. And the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would say, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1.
Which is weird because I was holding it like this.
Punt, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Yeah, like I said, it's pretty much just knowing sort of like pass plays,
Kickoff middle.
run plays.
Kickoff left.
Yeah, well, it is. I don't really know what else there is to it. I've been into playing football, and like I used to play Game Day on PlayStation 1, like way back in the day. So I've always been into football games. 3 years been playing Madden.
After the made field goal, get back out there to kick it off.
Got in contact with EA to try and get
pulls it in at the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
I still feel like they should have something where I can go into
playoff races. Definitely coming into focus now, and we got a couple of good ones in prime time tonight. National audience gets a look at the Colts for a second straight weekend. This time they're at Dallas, 7:20 Central Time for that kick, and then Monday night, Saints and Bucks from Tampa. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Block now to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
And partner to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Sam will blitz free.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Block going to throw. They set up the screen to Penny. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Cover 3 Sky. Cover over Storm Brave. Cover 1 Robber.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down.
Spread.
Throwing now is Locke. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game. It's certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start.
Okay, because I am completely blind and I am deaf in one ear, so will I be able to play this? Because some games I could play with just only he.
So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game.
Well,
their dreams of an undefeated season shattered with the loss a week ago. Now look, whenever an undefeated team goes down, you always hear some say,
how much you want to learn.
Needed that. I don't know, Charles. Is that a narrative that you buy into?
Well, I haven't met a coach yet that feels like they needed that loss. You know, that's not something that they're in favor of. But I do know this. People like us, our colleagues, all of us in the media, constantly hammering a team that's undefeated. Hey, do you think you can do it the whole season? Can you carry it the whole way? That does wear down a group. And sometimes
so yeah, being deaf in 1 year, it's possible. Yeah, because like I usually play with headphones. And so this is not one of those games.
On 1st down, they'll start out with Akers. Fights forward for only about a yard after the 20.
It's not one of those games where the sound is like it's needed in order for you to like succeed or anything like that. So it's not like your Mortal Kombat or your Gears or anything like that. Where you really need
just
to
a yard on that last
where
run.
your opponent is. This one is just, you're just running up the field pretty much.
Going right back to Akers. They follow up the first down 1 yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
That fumble, yeah.
Entering play call, coach suggestions, recent plays, favorites. There are 8 personnel. There are 8
extend this drive.
RPO, run, pass, quick pass. There are 6 categories: standard pass, shotgun pass, Snagsy, TWR option, Snagsy spot.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down.
All right, so they're covering the pass.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
No surprise they decided to throw on third down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
Right.
Entering play call, coach suggestions, recent plays, their favorites, there are personnel, there are 8, play type, there are 8, run, pass, shotgun, stand, quick, Hail Mary.
So this should work, maybe.
R1 button.
They snap it to Stafford.
Triangle button.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position.
Mike SS free scheme.
Gotta do some good defense going on.
Penny, a first down carry. He'll be brought down short of the 15, but a really good move on the run.
There are 6
Ernest Jones there for the tackle.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Weak blitz 1.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Spread.
They look to throw. It's Locke. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Audible.
Locke working out of the gun. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown. Noah Fant, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have regained the lead. So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes it a 7-3 lead.
At least I got that field goal, so that helps.
Entering play call.
That helps pad it a little bit.
We have 6 options. Return left.
Right. I got to get a touchdown, and I got to do it
now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Because I get the ball back at halftime, and I want to be ahead.
And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. And the Rams getting set to go now.
3:15. Thank you.
And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They're guarding against the upset.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment.
The Seahawks are tough.
Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Cross button. R1
Back
button.
to throw. Stafford. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd.
Couldn't get it on the ground, but he can get it through the air.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, I need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now.
Square button.
Stafford hooking up with Akers. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening?
I'm a Patriots fan.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against him a few minutes ago.
It wouldn't matter any team if it wasn't the Rams. I'd say. But yeah, that's cool.
Bench. Mesh spot.
Face with tears of joy.
Finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Circle button.
Again, it's Stafford. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Square button.
Now it's Stafford.
R1 button.
Middle of the field to Jefferson.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
Triangle button.
And he's got it. That's Cup for a Ram touchdown.
Yep.
A great effort there. As
I
the
need to
first
get
half is winding down. And the Rams have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
Play call, coach
so that really an almost perfect drive as they chew up some clock and wind up scoring late in this first half.
And remember, they've got a chance to double dip here because they're going to get the ball first to start the 3rd quarter. So they potentially could go up 2 scores before the other guys get a chance to do anything.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is now 10-7.
Play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Alright. We're going to try to start them as close to their end zone as possible.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This fielded right at the goal line.
At the goal line.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
There are 6
That's 30. That's only 5 more. That's alright. That was a good kick though. Wish we'd have been able to get him.
Cover 2 man. Cover 4 drop.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Cover 4 drop.
They be hurrying
up.
Big
play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already.
Spread. Audible.
Here's Locke. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Cover 4 quart. Cover 6.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll begin out west at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. From there, let's head west to see what's going on with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And they lead the visiting LA Chargers at halftime. Josh Jacobs, a touchdown run in that first half. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they trail the visiting Chiefs in that one. Patrick Mahomes looking good. 2 touchdown passes. Continuing on, here's a look at the next-gen stats in that first half, and they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first 2 quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. Meanwhile, for the Rams, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Defend outs. Defend medium pass. Defend deep pass. Defend medium pass.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
I wanted to hurry up so that I have enough time to pick my adjustment.
And we are ready to rock.
I forget. I don't know.
And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game. Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. 50 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
They wouldn't let him get none in the first.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
AHP zone WK.
Why not?
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A give up the middle to Akers. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
I guess it's a different play, but...
From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. Second down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
R1 button. Triangle button.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Triangle button.
On third down, here's a run by Akers. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Offside, defense.
Oh, good.
Unbelievable.
Ha! And they got a flag.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark
Still
off the
third down.
5, and keep it moving.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. Pod drag wheel. Mesh spot.
And that last penalty makes his third down play a little more interesting. 3rd and 5.
R1 button.
To throw is
R1
Stafford.
button.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky in the
Entering
start,
play
but they're
wheel.
oiled up now.
Inside
a nice
zone
throw
split.
there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
They'll run here with Akers. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Again, it'll be Akers. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
Triangle button.
This is caught. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
Dive.
All right, we're gonna see if we can get in here with this dive play.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. It's the fullback. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 15 options. That attempt is selected.
Gay is on for the
What's
point
the-
after.
What's the Patriots doing this season? I haven't really heard anything about them.
It's good to make it 17-7. A 10-play drive that time, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run.
Entering play call. Special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Kickoff left. If we can get him inside of the 25. I mean, tackled inside of the 25. Oh, crap. That might be
After
going
the
out of the
touchdown,
back.
it's Gay to kick this one away.
Might be a touchback.
Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
He's
had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete.
Good.
The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
See if we can make them go 3 and out.
Entering play call. Coach suggests cover 2-man. DPL safety blitz.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Locke to throw. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Troy Hill picks it, and the Rams are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Cam Akers of the Rams offense ready to go back to work. He's had a good third quarter. He likes whatever adjustments were made at halftime, whether those were team adjustments or just him talking to himself.
And whatever that conversation was, it was pretty good because he is running really well here in the third quarter. But I like to think it is a team adjustment. Offensive line, those big escorts of his, they figured out how to block a little bit better, and he's found those holes to run through.
He has indeed. On the handoff, it's Akers. Jordan Brooks on the tackle.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it third down and 6.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up.
Recent plays. Favorites, there are 8. Personnel, there are 8 categories. Play type, there are 8
hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions, there are 8 categories. Drive. Rams option. Recent favorites, personnel, there are 8. Play type, run, pass. Hail Mary, there are 6. Quick pass, standard pass, bench, T-attack, bench.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
Triangle button.
Here's Stafford.
Triangle button.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
51 yards.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Alright, I'm trying for this field goal, which I ain't gonna make because I don't even think I'm gonna have enough power to get there.
Matt Gay gets set for the Rams field goal. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Hard enough.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
So the offense back out now, coming off its first interception of the game the last time out, trying to reestablish some momentum here, Charles. But they're trailing defensively. Maybe these guys smelling the blood in the water a little bit.
Yeah, I think that they probably are, but what they need to do right now is just make sure they don't force the action too much themselves. They've got them on the run a little bit. You just want to be in a position where if they make another mistake, you're there to capitalize on it and take it away from them.
At the 46-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Locke. It's complete to Lockett. And they're able to work this
Lock
across midfield to the 48.
It's a gain of 6. And the Seahawks first down.
Entering play call. Coach suggest overload 3 scheme. Cover 2 man. Cover 3 hard flat. Cover 6 show 2.
Cover 6. I should get some good help.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Cover 1M, Sam Mike 1. Cover FS Fire 3, Pinch Up 0. Cover 1 MLB Blitz.
Lock now on first down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man on man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing it for a loss.
Over Storm Brave.
The Seahawks on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. Now Lock. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Cover 1 LB Blitz. Spread.
Lock now on first down. He'll get this out wide to Penny. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
3 yards remain for second down. To throw it is Lock. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Adam Humphries. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Return left is selected.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
Option is set to standard pass 14 plays. Coach suggest gun plan. Coach suggestions. Pod drag wheel. AHP inside zone. They'll
start this drive out on the ground. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means it might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Now it's Lockett. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Seahawks with a 1st and 10. Lock gets ready to go at the 20. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. Gets it up around the 22, but no further. Did flash the fancy footwork, but not much to show for it. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Cover 2 man. Cover 4 drop.
Operating from the gun. Lock. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Cover 3 bus show to press quarters.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Lock. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Play call. Coach
good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get him off the field with a 3 and out.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. Oh, the return is Powell. Good footwork at the 30. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. And that'll go as a 57-yard punt with a return of 12. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10.
Play call. Contract. Inside zone.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get 1st downs and eat away at the clock.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball to their territory.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Locke. Humphreys with a reception. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. First down now, but that clock rolling. Here's Locke. Dumps that off to Penny as running back.
Entering play
and he is going to lose yardage here.
Cover 1 hole.
Locke. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6. Cover 2 man. Overload free scheme.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Locke to throw. He's going to let it fly. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Now Locke, gotta have this one. Open man is Metcalf, he's got it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Back to throw, Locke. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Locke to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his home. Got to totally command and make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
To throw is Locke. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Cover 2, Mike Blitz 0. Silver shoot pinch. Cover 6. Cover 2 man. Mike Blitz 0. Spread.
Locke gonna go on 4th down. He hits his target, Lockett. And he's going to be out of bounds, a few yards shy of the line to gain. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. But Charles, you think about this victory, pretty impressive. They came in facing one of the top defenses in the National Football League. Not only did they get the win, they played a clean football game, didn't have any turnovers against that great defense.
Yeah, it's a terrific observation because, you know, they emphasize ball security, wanted to avoid making any major mistakes playing against that tough defense, and they were turnover free and took points when they were available. Excellent execution, and they did it confidently.
So for Los Angeles, they continue to keep pace for that first round bye as they move to 11-1.
Entering post-game screen, you have 5 options. Finish game is selected.
All right. And that is week 13, Rams at Seahawks. Thanks for joining us. And probably Seahawks at Rams. And thanks for joining us. And we'll probably be back with something, probably some more combat or something. So make sure to join us. All right. Catch you guys a little bit later. Peace.